little bit. You ain't talking big, get out my way, little bit. West LA, that where you find me though. Cha-cha matcha with a rockin' black clothes. Whip around that Batmobile, ducking 5-0.
Today, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. This will be fielded inside. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and take it to the house for a Miami touchdown.
For the point after.
So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down. Chambers over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Throwing again. Chambers, wide open receiver, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a 1st down. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier. Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively, because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going right side here, and that's complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
At the 6-yard line.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal. As some good running there gets him down to about the 2-yard line, knocking on the door. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice game.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expecting to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
Makes the score Dolphins 10. Giants no.
Maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
5.
From the gun on 3rd down. Chambers. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he will have a Giants first down. They needed 4. He doubled down. He wound up getting 8. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
The quarterback taken down and sacked.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
He was brought down by...
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
That's complete to John Ross. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded at about the 28. $10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
10. Giants nothing.
They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 41-yard line.
Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught.
The pass. Complete to number 15.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd.
3rd down.
Gun. They'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. From 21 yards away. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The New York set to take the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. On 3rd down, Chambers. He'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Try to lay one up deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. 39 yards there, a big one.
That's good concentration right there, and he did a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. And it certainly doesn't hurt that at 6'5", he's got a big wingspan that allows him to go up and complete that play.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
At the 6-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. From 4 yards out. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Takes it at the 7. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Their own 23-yard line.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
He'll look to throw. This is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Dolphins have got it on cruise control.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow, because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. Got a man open, it's Ross. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Back to the air on second down. Chambers. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he's got this down to the 35. And the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Chambers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Byron Jones on the coverage.
To throw again. Chambers gets this out to Saquon Barkley. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
That's a gain.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter.
A 44-yard attempt.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that will do it for this first half. We now proceed to the start of the second half.
Giants 3.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go and everything is wide open and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
And They give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Offense.
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Focus, defense, focus.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down.
Well, they certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line.
1st and 10. At their own 13-yard line.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, the good news, they got the stop defensively. The bad news, this is a huge hole that they're in right now. How do they start to dig out of it?
That's a great question because we're not even going to talk about how do they win it, right? We want to see how they can kind of claw back and at least make themselves feel better about the game because this one is likely out of reach, but maybe one possession at a time. Try and play a little bit better and have some respect when you come out of the game.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line.
They'll take over.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step toward forcing them to settle for at least 3 points?
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. From 19 yards away. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now the try here for the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
No good on the fake extra.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs.
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic. Faking it. I can understand you want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
in her attic, the stuff she used to preserve.
It smells terrible.
Too.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They go play action here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The quarterback sacked.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
To To throw on second down. Chambers. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
9 makes it 3rd and 5.
Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
To throw on third down. Chambers. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. 35 yards that time on the punt. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
4. And it's 3rd down.
Check 26, check 26.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
The Dolphin first down.
On play action, they'll throw. Forced out to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
A loss of 11.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean,
That's the end of
oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. We ain't giving up nothing today.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. New York ready to go again offensively. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. On 1st and 10, Chambers. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Read it well, and it's picked. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
40 extra points.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The New York set to take the field. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
at the 30-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Chambers looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Open Bananas Ross complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for him. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Looking to throw on second down. Chambers. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
5-yard line.
From the gun, Chambers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down.
The 20-yard line.
Now Saquon Barkley. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Ball carrier. Solomon Thomas made the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the Dolphins' 18-yard line.
Back to throw. Chambers. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants gain a bit of respectability.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Dolphins ready to take over on offense. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. Now an option play, and he'll keep it. And he'll have a Dolphins first down. His good running gets him to about the 44.
At the 44-yard line.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Down and 10.
He's going to try and go deep again. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. 39 yards there, a big one.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Looking for the end zone. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in a game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 160. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A throw over the middle taken in, and it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
On first down, Chambers. Under pressure, and down he goes. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Operating from the gun, Chambers. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick, and it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and long.
From the gun, Chambers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 39. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. That one looks like he'll throw here toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
And this is going to be covered up by the Giants.
Onside kick.
The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.